Good morning, Gate City Rotary. Man, aren't we lucky to be here? Such a beautiful day. It's and all smiling on his way. Mike Anderson, I believe you have the invocation for us.
My grandma used to say there's high church and low church. Nothing wrong with either one of them, just different. Both of them can help you get to the right place. This prayer may be low church. Please join me. Lord, I hate buttermilk. Lord, I hate lard. Lord, I'm not too crazy about plain flour, but after you mix them all together and bake them, you get biscuits, and I love biscuits. Lord, help us to realize when life gets hard, when things come up that we don't like, whenever we don't understand what you're doing, then we need to wait and see what you're making. After you get through mixing and baking, there'll probably be something better than biscuits.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
When things we think, say, and do.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Chris. Yes, sir.
We have two visiting Rotarians this morning, Tim Hansen from the Airport Club and Mike Denofa from Greensboro. And Mark has a guest today, Todd Dunn. How you want to say it?
Good morning. Thank y'all for letting me visit. My father-in-law introduced me to Rotary, and he's a member of the Greensboro Club. And unfortunately, lunchtime is not an easy time for me to commit to every week. So I'm a morning guy, and breakfast works out a lot better for me. So just looking to honestly just want to be involved in the community, and I thought this would be a good way to do it. In the senior care business, currently owned two nursing and assisted living communities. One's here in Guilford County, one's in Rowan County, and my wife and I are about to have our third child, so pray for us over the next few weeks. Great. I'm sure you can.
Okay, birthdays and anniversaries. Rick, are you in the house?
Yes, sir.
I am. Oh, sorry, Mark. Sorry, hang on a second, Rick. I can hang on. We've got another guest.
We got, this is Mr. John Hammer. He's a president, long-term resident of Guilford County, works in the laws, and he happens to be my friend, so.
Okay, is that it? Forget. All right, Rick. Now we go. All right. Man, I was thinking there for a minute. Mike stood up and he said his grandmother, and he started doing grandmother. So I thought, oh no, we got grandpappy. Now we're going to have grandmammy. Grandmammy keeping us every morning. All right, good morning, everybody. We have just a couple of birthdays to celebrate this week. We have Mr. Bobby Christensen, and I think he heard Will we won't say. You have a birthday there, Mr. Bobby?
Huh? Yep, birthday. It's the oldest I've ever been.
Somebody write that down. Are you sure? Check the calendar.
62. Hey, buddy.
Did Gail make it in?
Catching up with Buster.
Gail Stansel, we'll say happy birthday to Gail. She and Bobby share the same birthday date. And let's see, Dr. Tom Sears. Right here. Yes, sir. It's coming up, Saturday. Happy birthday, man. All right. And that's it, Mr. President.
Thank you, Rick. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I'm going to apologize early. My phone broke this morning, dead on arrival, so I have no. At any rate, I'm going to miss a lot of stuff here. Feel free to chime in. It's Club Assembly Week, so feel free to chime in. I do remember our weekly Rotary trivia question. That is. Yeah, put your thinking caps on. There's a big prize today. Where was the first non-English speaking Rotary Club?
Winnipeg, Manitoba.
I think they speak English. That's a good try, but you're off. You're on the right.
Puerto Rico.
Montreal.
Puerto Rico.
Come on now. Anybody having that? This is a place where a lot of A lot of executives used to go, a lot of gangsters used to go to blow-offs games. Thank you, John Wilson, there you go. Cracker Jack, the large John Wilson today, congratulations. Havana, Cuba. Cuba used to be one of our close allies. There was this in Marco, anyway, that was 1917. Let's see, we have a special presentation today, and I know Frank is here as I saw him out front. Frank, come on up, buddy. Your time has come. Long time coming. Look at here, we've got Frank's blue badge. Frank, yeah, that's right. Show it off. Yeah, it's going to be on. No doubt, it's going to be all over social media. Well, you didn't give me the magnet on this. We're going to hold your deposit until I get it.
You only got one at the Mary right here.
Let's see, football pool. Well,
You know, when you're filling one of the most important positions in the club, like running the football pool, you have time for reflection, and you just kind of think of things and phrases that come to mind. Has anyone heard the phrase, "Can it get any worse than this?" That saying and variations came to mind this past week while I was scoring this. On the low end, we had several people. It was a rush at the bottom in some respects. We had a lot of people tied at 11. Kelly Harrell, Dale Meltzer, Kim Dane, my neighbor here, Michael Hunt, Ralph, who shall not list his last name, Jones, and I thought, wow, these were all towards the end of our story, and I thought, we can't get any worse than this. And someone walked up to me this morning and said, you know, I was really stressing about the football pool. I was really concerned about going from first to worst. Brian Kaiser had 10 right. I thought it just can't get worse than this. But to prove that saying wrong, Tom Richardson really stepped up.
He was worried that he would be like,
He did get some right. He was in single digits at 9, so Tom. So that you can maybe drink and think at the same time. A koozie compliment from Tom Nelson. And a notebook to maybe take notes as you score later on.
That's a nice notebook.
There were a few people on the top end who did pretty well, and I think there's a lesson to be learned here as well. We had 3 people. We had a lot of people who were at 17. Mike Conrad would have been closer, but on the tiebreaker, he picked someone but didn't put the score down. So Mike, you want to make sure that you are in there, because if you had done so, you might have been one of the winners. There were 2 other people at 17, Tom Phoenix, who is not here. He had 17 and 42 points. Mike had 17 and no points, so he didn't. Although he thought it was going to be a tie, it was 0 points. He did serve for one of the teams to win. Well, with 17 and picking the right winner of Ferrum and getting the closest was Dennis Martin. Golf balls, compliments of Tom Nelson and the tees. I got to cut out a little bit early, so I would ask that if everybody can fill out their pools, their sheets earlier, and I'll pick them up maybe about 10 minutes before the meeting ends. But if you can go ahead and do that and stack them up, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, let's see, other announcements. Yeah, that'd be great. Let's see, what other announcements do we have? Anybody got anything really special?
I have it on good authority that on May the 2nd, 2020, we're going to have a fundraiser. Lisa wanted to be here, but she got called away. It is her baby. But on May the 2nd,
many of y'all will happen to know, it will be the umpteenth jade running of the Kentucky Derby. And that afternoon, we're gonna have a Derby Day dance party. We're all gonna get dressed up, we're all gonna wear big hats, we're gonna go to the Starmount Forest Country Club, we're gonna watch a race, we're gonna gamble, we're gonna bet, we're gonna drink mint juleps, and then we're gonna have a dance party with Jessica and Evan performing. And hopefully just Jessica, because she throws a lot better party than they do here. But Lisa asked me to promote that, so that's your save the date, and she will fill out all the details later on. And on November the 2nd, we seem to be really good on the seconds of months. Dan Quinn, don't we have something going on that day?
Something's happening.
Something's going on. In the morning, we have a JDRF walk that Rotary is supporting wholeheartedly. And those of us who don't feel like walking that morning, we're going to go out to Shooting Star Horse Farm and we're going to cook pig all day and have a big pork roast called Pig Stock thereafter. So those are your announcements. November 2nd, May the 2nd. Thank you.
Fantastic. Buster, you think anybody's happy in here?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I know, people. I got $5 sitting right beside me.
I got one right here.
Well, he's too slow. All right, go ahead. Too late. I'll figure out something.
My happy dollar is for my oldest daughter, Sadie. She, on a whim, we got an email that the Wizard of Oz was having tryouts at the community theater in Greensboro. We just briefly asked her, and she just stuck to it wholeheartedly. I took her on Saturday for the auditions, having absolutely no idea. I'm thinking we'll leave at 9:45, get there at 10. Find a parking spot, we'll just zip right on in. 4.5 hours later, we left, and wasn't able to go see her do her audition in front of the judges, but she came out and she was all excited. I said, "How'd you do?" She goes, "Oh, I nailed it, Dad." She gave me a high five, and we left. We haven't heard anything since.
Okay, so if it's five. If Ralph was here, he would tell you this, so I will tell you this. Tanger had their team meeting last. We have a team meeting all week where we flew in the general managers and assistant general managers for all of the country, and then we meet. We've been at the Cadillac downtown for the Disney Institute on Tuesday. Yesterday we had vision sessions to take us, the next 10 years at the proximity, and then last night was our awards night, and it was here. And Tony and the staff did a phenomenal job. We literally took over the hotel up and down and out and around. It was absolutely phenomenal evening, but Steve Tanger gives away 2 awards at the end of the evening. One's the CEO's Choice Award for the person that makes the biggest contribution to the company in the last 3 years, and then one is the overall ultimate one. But last night I was really blessed to get the CEO award.
I see you back there. I'll work my way back here too.
I have 2 happy dollars. Last week I was in Nashville, Tennessee with my husband Jimmy, and we had a peer group meeting. We had a great time. And then this past weekend, we were walking out of Harris Teeter, and we ran into James Edwards. So he sends his best to everybody. He's lost 16 pounds. He retired in March, and he's just so happy being in Boone, North Carolina with his grandchildren. He's just loving the retirement and loving life. So he said, tell everybody hello.
Some months ago, Sue and I booked a cruise to leave Boston at early September, realizing it was hurricane. But we thought, well, we'll be going far enough north. Well, we departed Boston, hit Portland, Maine, St. John, New Brunswick, got into Halifax, and when we boarded in Halifax, the captain announced that Dorian had accelerated to 12 miles per hour and was coming up our way, so we had to hightail it back into the St. Lawrence River and hid behind Anacostia Island for 2 months. So it was a bit of an adventure. We had a great cruise. Did get to Corner Brook, where they had heavy winds because of Dorian, and we heard when we were in Corner Brook that Peggy's Cove experienced 100-foot waves breaking on the shores of Newfoundland. So
Still a lot of punch in this storm when it got up that far.
Go ahead, Chris. Let Chris go. He's
All right, look.
all anxious.
All right, so I'm just happy because I've never had a happy dollar, and I had $5 in my wallet, never carried cash. And I'm like, I'm just gonna do a happy dollar for being happy.
There you go.
Money just burned a hole in your pocket, didn't it?
We need to see if we can start taking credit cards on this thing. Go ahead, Bobby C.
I got 3 happy dollars. I had one day's worth of business in Dublin, Ireland last week, and so we went over, Jill went with me, went over early, and we got a car and drove over across Ireland and went to Cliffs of Moher, and then went through Limerick and all through the countryside, and people getting cows out of the way. It was great, and saw lots of castles, and then did my business there, and then we went over to France, went to Paris, and saw everything we could see over there, and walked 7 miles in one day, and then we went and took a private tour of Normandy, where my father landed and Jill's father jumped, and that was really special. And then from there we hopped up to Scotland, went to St. Andrews and the Old Course and Carnoustie, and had a room overlooking the 18th hole there, so we had a whirlwind trip. It was great.
Well, I didn't have a whirlwind trip like that, but I do remember that Chris asked what a map was the other week, and I just think that's amazing. Now he can be happy.
You have one?
No, I probably in the old 85 Suburban I've got one. But this one is for Danny Farley. I think the Farley family was one of the first people to sign up to sponsor the running of the balls. It's happening December the 9th. And this one's for Robert Needham. Believe it or not, Robert Needham and I, Richard, I see him. We see each other every Monday night at Muir's Chapel at Bible Study Fellowship. That's a surprise joy.
It is. Oh, shit.
Well, I missed being here with you guys last Thursday morning. We were over at Wesley Lawn, we're at the Women's Hospital, and we're waiting for the arrival of our grandson. 8:30, 9:30? Well, I could see this wasn't going anywhere fast. 11:30 p.m., we welcomed the arrival of my son's first son, Brooks Austin, and so we're just so excited to have him with us now.
Nelson, come on, get off $1, dude. Come on. People just sit there. You know, they have all these big things happen, and then they're just like.
That's a good one. I'm glad you did.
After watching Jay Harris's Facebook post.
That's right. He's a banker. They don't let go of money.
Not without interest. I did forget about that. I think it was in the business journal. You mentioned it to me this morning. It just didn't dawn on me.
That's why I'm here, baby.
We moved into our new offices, our new office on Westover, and moved on Friday the 13th with the full moon. There we go.
Well, Grandpappy said, you know, my life is like a web browser. He said, I got 19 tabs open, 3 are frozen. I have no idea where the music's coming from.
Very good. Very good. Hey, Bobby, Kristen said, I'm anxious to know, since you did it one day, did you deduct the whole trip?
Well, one part, I will as soon as my luggage gets back home, and I still don't have my suitcase.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, might happen again.
Okay, good. What other announcements do we have from the floor? Yes, Tim, there you go. See, perfect.
My name is Tim Hansen. I'm from the Airport Club. See a lot of you guys at 505. I'm sorry I missed last night, but Chip, I was at a bourbon dinner at Summerfield Farms. It was pretty sweet. But I'm here today to kind of build on the fundraiser idea. Our club is having our fundraiser October 10th. We're taking over the entire Gia's restaurant, and we're having a casino night. Wow. All right. So for $100 per person, you come in, you get all the Gia's food you want to eat, 2 bar tickets, and free gambling. But the special, and there are door prizes. So even if you buy a ticket and don't come, you're still eligible for door prizes if you get the ticket stub. We're gonna have jewelry, anything from jewelry from Finks to cases of wine to a Grand Over Stay and Spa package. But the big event that night is $250 per person, and it is a special Texas Hold'em tournament for only 32 people. And so we'll play down to a winner. The top prizes for that event will be a week stay at Ocean Isle in a 4-bedroom, 4-bath condo. Your choice of week, May, June, September, October next year. Or a case of wine paired with a bottle of Gia's bourbon. Or a Quaintance Weaver dinner and stay package here in Greensboro. So and you still get all the food and the drink tickets for that too. So if you like poker, if you know somebody that plays poker, or if you know somebody that watches WPT on TV and thinks they know how to play poker, I'm selling tickets today, and we're glad to have anybody.
Thanks, Tim. How about your tickets?
It's $100. It's October 10th. It's a Thursday night. It's $100 per person for the main area, and $250 for the special 32. Okay, and that $250 gets you in the door and everything. So it's not $350. It's just $250.
Great. All right. Thank you very much, Bill.
Starts at 6:30 p.m. 6:30 to 10. You get home. You're fresh as a daisy for work on Friday morning.
You know, I've watched some of these poker tournaments on TV, and I thought, yeah, they're not that tough, and I played. I got to tell you, it's a whole lot harder when they don't show you what everybody's cards are. They open up a little TV on the side. Hey, Kim. Oh, never mind. Is there a sheet out there that says Family of Rotary on the table still? There's a Family of Rotary event that they do every year.
I'm the only one on it.
Yeah, okay, so far. But you know what, you're so dynamic, everybody else is going to want to sign up.
I'm just going for the tailgate.
Well, there you go. And it was announced that the basketball game is going to be North Carolina State against Wake Forest. And somebody can look up the date on that.
December 7th.
Thank you very much, Dale. Dale will be the second name on here. At any rate, I'm going to pass this around. Okay, and I know we haven't done this for a long time, but we're going to pass it up this way, and then Chip is going to take it to the next table to give it to Jim, and Jim's going to pass it around. It's going to come back up here and end up with Brian Kaiser, and Brian's going to give it to me.
Tell us again.
All right. Ready? Here we go.
That's pretty
obvious. Big test.
15 years, we never got
it. Other announcements that I forgot. Is that it? Okay, welcome to the first club assembly for this year. Okay, yeah. Your board has been meeting monthly at 7 o'clock in the morning, which is another great time to meet. And Lisa Simpson has been hosting us, and we've been going over a lot of things, a lot of information, trying to keep the club running smoothly and everything. And so far, my board has actually been doing all the heavy lifting, doing all the work. And but I put together a mission statement for our club, and also kind of some of the things that I would like to see our club do. The mission of our club, as far as I'm concerned, is to be an inclusive, active club that inspires our community through service and leadership. I know that a lot of people join our club for different reasons. One thing that seems to kind of remain a central thrust of our club is that everybody likes to be service. And when you ask people why they joined our club, they say it's because you guys get involved and do things. We want to serve our local and global communities and projects that exemplify service above self, the old Rotary motto. We want to have meetings that appeal to our members and their interests, as well as introducing them to some new ideas and some new avenues for service. We'd like to be a more diverse club, and we'd like to be a younger club. We are kind of tipping toward that point. but we want quality individuals. We're not out there trying to grab up anybody that we can. This was brought to my attention yesterday by a member. We're an exclusive club, and we don't take this to everybody. We want people that will fit in with our ideals. We're trying to create a more visible presence in social media. We'd like to have programs that appeal to everybody. We realize that not every program is going to appeal to every member, but we're hoping that everybody will find something of interest in every program. Mark will be talking a little bit about our Get to Know Rotary events, how those are going. We have a liaison now. Rob, are you here? Rob Midget is our liaison for new members and their sponsor to help them get from the gold or the red badge to the blue badge. Basically, there is a checklist. We're asking for sponsors to be more active with their new members. We find that there's a higher rate of attrition for new members, and the time that you're most likely to lose a new one is in the first year. Basically, we'd like to get people engaged early on, not only in coming to meetings, but also in avenues of service and becoming active in the club and actually finding out more about club leadership. We're hopefully going to have a club newsletter that's a little more visible, and also, besides just sending out emails every week, I'm hoping that we'll have a calendar that's more inclusive of not just our club, but district events and things that are going on even nationally. We are having a dinner, I believe, next month. Frank, is that scheduled yet?
Not yet.
Okay. Basically, we will be tapping some of the ladies in our club to maybe get some of their friends involved in a dinner at Claudia and Frank's house. Basically, we're recruiting females and targeting females specifically. There is a survey that Steve's going to talk about. It's on your tables already. And as you already heard from Chip, fundraisers are going to be a little bit different this year. We realized last year when a lot of people were hanging out watching the Derby that we're competing with a national event that a lot of people are interested in. We're going to kind of play on that this year and hopefully build some more interest through the community. Okie doke. Mark, would you like to talk just a little bit about our membership goals?
Yeah, and I won't bore everyone too much since I just did this a couple weeks ago, but basically we're at 74 members right now. We're up about 4. The traction's pretty good for new member attraction. We're having these Discover Rotary events once a month in conjunction with Crescent Rotary and E-Club. Last night we had one at the 505, and I think maybe there were 4 or 5 prospective members that showed up. So it's a really good way to get people just to have a conversation about Rotary, what it's all about, without having to get up and come to a meeting. It's a similar way, but it's more of a one-on-one conversation. And I would ask that you guys keep that in mind. If you have somebody that you want to introduce to Rotary, we have a scheduled event every month. I'll let you know. We will be hosting the next one, but I don't have the date yet. So there's a date, I think it's about the 3rd week of October. We will host the next Discover Rotary right after our breakfast meeting one morning. So we would ask that if you have people that you want to invite that you think this would be a good fit, it's a great chance for them to come, us meet them, then meet us and see if it works. So basically, like I went over all this the other day, but we are considering and discussing alternatives. We're trying to keep a pulse on what's going on in the community and with other clubs. I'll re-emphasize what Walt said. I do think this is an exclusive group. We're not out there trying to set record numbers on membership. We would rather have the right number and a good solid number and stay right where we are. Maybe grow a little bit just to cover what attrition will naturally happen because life happens. So that's it.
Thank you. And we are in the kind of initial stages of discussing a satellite club or something that would be more like a Rotary Light. We're not sure exactly what that's going to look like. It's still kind of wide open at this point, but the board has met and met with the district governor to talk about that. Okay, Steve, could you talk about our survey a little bit?
Kind of building on what Walt and Mark have stated, we're really fortunate with this club at a time that other clubs are suffering attrition. Our club numbers pretty much remain the same. But that being said, we don't want to take advantage of it, and we don't want to assume anything. So pulled off a survey on Rotary International. We all tweaked it a bit, and it's on your tables, and I'd really be grateful each and every one of you, Gate City Rotarians, would complete it before you leave, and I'll pick them up at the end. We just really want your honest opinion, because attrition is, while we are so lucky, I look around, we've attracted such amazing members, new members, but we are always concerned about keeping those of us existing members content and enjoying what we present as a club. So you complete those.
Okay, club administration goals.
Well, no good. This is anonymous, by the way.
Morning, everybody. So one of the things we started last year when I stepped into this role was to have a rotation through the Sergeant at Arms and the welcome desk. We think that's really helped get some of the newer members engaged and learning people's names and learning about getting familiar with the faces along with that. So we're going to continue to do that rotation. That welcoming experience for folks coming in, I think it sets the tone for people's experience in the meeting, so we want to continue to do that. Our winter holiday party, we're looking at scheduling that likely on December the 11th. That'll be a Wednesday. And then, of course, the Santa breakfast will be the following week, which will be December 19th. So look for more details on that coming once we get towards the middle part of October.
Thanks, Tony. And I have it on very good authority. Charlotte, does your daddy tell you that Santa watches all the time? Well, I have it on very good authority that Santa really watches this group, keeps a real close eye on them. Okay, doke. So remember that, you guys. Not just Charlotte, everybody needs to be on a little better behavior. Santa comes to the Santa breakfast, and he does know what you guys do.
Yes, he does.
Okay, doke. Public image.
Yeah, so just to echo what's already been said, we have a great Rotary group here at Gate City. That doesn't mean everyone knows that. And a lot of people have heard of Rotary. That doesn't mean they understand what Rotary is or what we do. And so what we want to do is just increase awareness out there. And one of the ways we're going to do that is using social media. And that doesn't just mean posting more regularly, which we will be doing. It also means just trying to really focus in on what makes us special and different, and talk about those things through our social media. Also, the website. If some of you navigate the website often because that's where the makeup videos are. But for everyone else, especially for people who don't know a lot about Gate City Rotary, it's a great opportunity for us to explain who we are and why people should be a part of it if they do fit that ideal member. So this year we're going to be updating the website, so we're going to be redoing the website. It's going to be a big undertaking, but hopefully we can clean it up a little bit, update some of the language, update some of the information on there. And then finally, just we want to continue just to increase attendance. We have great attendance at our social and service events. We want to continue to grow that and make it an area where we can invite others to come and experience what Rotary is. And so we're going to be putting together, Walt alluded to this, a monthly email newsletter that'll be explaining everything that we're doing in a given month. That's something that you can really easily just forward on to someone else. Forward it on to someone that would be a great Gate City Rotarian. Invite them to come to one of the events and expose them to what Gate City Rotary is all about.
Thank you. Mike Conrad.
Okay, we're going to talk about the Rotary Foundation, and for the newer members, you must be proud. We must be proud. This is really an elite club in terms of our support for the Rotary Foundation. For 12 years, Rotary has gained the 4-star rating from Charity Navigator, and that is really unheard of. 91 cents of every dollar that you contribute to the Rotary Foundation goes to the programs. And you may ask, well, why is that? And the reason is the sweat equity that, like our members, whenever we have projects, we fall in and we make it happen. So that is the reason that 91 cents of every dollar goes to the programs. This club is special in that we are what is called a Triple Crown Club, meaning that every member in this club is a Paul Harris Fellow, and Paul Harris was one of the founders of Rotary, and to honor him, we make a contribution of $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation. Every member gives a minimum of $100 every year to the Rotary Foundation, and every member is a benefactor, meaning that they have $1,000 set aside in their estate plan to give to the Rotary Foundation once they leave this good earth. So we are the third in the Rotary world, and you think about 35,000 clubs in Rotary and being third in the world, that's pretty darn good. The goals this year, we want to continue to achieve 100% sustaining status, that $100 per member, which that's $25 in your dues. So it's kind of a no-brainer when you become a member of this club that you're going to become a sustaining member. We want to add 3 new Paul Harris Society members. These are special folks, and we have 12 of them in our club that commit to give $1,000 every year to the Rotary Foundation. And it's an easy thing. You can do it online. You can do it as a draft for $85 a month. But our goal is to add 3 new members this year. We want to retain, and we're one of only in the Rotary world and in this district that has retained our Triple Crown status. Most people, the other clubs have attained it, but they haven't sustained it, and we have done that, which we should be very proud of. And one of of course, our signature project is to eradicate polio from the face of the earth. It is our legacy. It's the legacy of Rotary. We're 99.9% there. We've got 2 countries now, Afghanistan and Pakistan. We are just now polio-free in Nigeria, and hopefully with the World Health Organization, they will be declared polio-free. But the goal is to have an average of $60 per member, and we're doing this for the children of the world. And it is the legacy of Rotary, and we're not going to give up until we have eliminated polio, which will be the second disease after smallpox from the world. We want 12 attendees at our foundation banquet, which will be in November, and that's pretty much a no-brainer. We always have good attendance at that. And we want to add 1 new Bequest Society member, and that is a person who wishes to set aside $10,000 in their estate plan to give to the Rotary Foundation once we're no longer here. So those are our goals, and they're very attainable. And I would say last year we averaged $350 per member to the Rotary Foundation. So that's pretty darn good compared to all the other clubs in the district. Yes, sir.
Not that polio is a minor thing, but what are some of the major projects with the money that goes to the Rotary Foundation?
Well, there are 6 areas of focus. Clean water and sanitation is one of them. Education and literacy is another one. You've got peace. We've got the Peace Center. We're very, very lucky in that we have a Peace Center that's a collaboration of all folks between Duke and UNC right at our doorstep. And we have economic development. So almost anything that we do in Rotary is going to fit in one of these areas of focus.
Any of that money come back locally?
Absolutely, and there's district grants, and you can, that's the key, and I'm glad you said that, because Children of Vietnam is one of those recipients, because the dollars we give to our Rotary Foundation, to the annual fund, 50% of those dollars come back after 3 years, and then the great thing in our district is we feed them back to the clubs based on their giving level. A lot of other districts don't do that. They leave it at the district level, and then what happens is the district governor may have a pet project, and as a result of that, the dollars are used that way. But we give them back to the clubs, Children of Vietnam, and then we have the school that Chris Justice for autism, School for Autism. So we support those things for the dollars that come back to us. So we are great. We do use those dollars, and thanks for reminding me about that. So any questions? All right, good deal. Thank you for your support.
Okay, service goals. I don't think Billy's here, is he? Basically, we're continuing on with the service projects that we've had in previous years. We're also trying to add one more. We're trying to put together a bike build for Bikes for Kids in December, right before school starts. They've got 3,500 bikes to put together. We've got 70 able-bodied people that can help with that thing. So we're trying to get a date for doing that. And we are going to use all the money we have coming back in the district.
Well,
that's right.
Well, are we going to go to Camp Carefree again this year?
I believe that Billy is still talking with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we are. Chip, great job. Every lawyer says never ask a question unless you already know the answer, right?
Yeah, we stockbrokers try to follow that too.
Good. We have quite a few youth service goals. Judy's been very, very busy. She's going to buzz through this kind of quickly, but there's a lot of
quickly on this. I know we're almost out of time. Number one is we do have a very active club at Page High School this year, so we're real excited about that. Past 2 years, it's kind of gone defunct, so we resurrected that. One of the biggest goals is each month, there's something slated each month for the students to participate in for their service hours. If it's not helping with building the houses, which is going to be in October, I'm going to be ringing in the bells in December. I'm going to talk to them about helping put the bikes together. So there's something for the students at Page High School to get involved in. So I'm real excited about it. The faculty advisor up there is actually a High Point University graduate. She teaches calculus at Page, and she was actually in Interact in her high school in New Jersey, and she was her club president. So the New Jersey club and then the Page High School club, they're going to start interacting with one another and kind of comparing ideas on what they're doing up there. So again, it's more engagement we're getting involved in. And another one of the big things I want to be involved in is helping write letters to the students at Jesse Wharton School and going over there and helping lead. So I'm real excited about where we are so far and how we're going to continue to grow this club. One of the biggest asks I have of y'all is, it's been brought up to me several times about bringing in a student for exchange, and I need your help. I need to know, do I want to continue to follow up on this, or are we going down a dead road? If we bring in an exchange student, our club, we will exchange with some other student, of course, in another country, but we'll need to host that student. Our club will need to host that student. So in the past, what they've done is they've had a host family, maybe 4 different host families or 3, and they have to be all in the same school district. So it's a challenge. If anyone feels like that they would like to look into hosting a student for next year, if you can privately reach out to me, and we can see if we get enough families involved. We're thinking like in the Page High School district, we'll see if we're going to move forward with this. If we find that that doesn't work, then we're going to look at maybe an exchange student for the 3 months in the summer. So that's big. I will invite our club president in to speak, Carly to speak, and hopefully her advisor, I'm not quite sure. And maybe the club officers will come in one morning for breakfast. So thank y'all for your support. We're just going to keep building.
As we said, everybody's marked their calendar now, May 2nd. derby party, all that kind of stuff. My apologies to Cheryl. Cheryl was going to give us a new member talk, has a PowerPoint, and it's going to absolutely blow everybody away. And we don't have time for it now, so we will do that another week. Sorry, I'm sure we got too long-winded there. That's it for the club assembly. So, yeah, we just mentioned the dues increase previously, but there will be a slight dues increase on your next statement. It's, is everybody okay with $1,000 a quarter? Okay, how about 500? Okay, $10. Okay, thank you, Chip. Yeah, let's take a little bit off of it. Anything else, any other business of the club? Anything from the floor? Anybody want to impeach me so they can be president? Hey, nice try. Please support Tim's fundraiser. Those guys are going to support us and have supported us in the past. Even if you don't gamble, it will be a fun party. I've seen, the ladies will be dressing up. There'll be some flappers there. There'll be all kinds of fun stuff. Hey, and that's $5 in the kitty there. Let's see. Okay, Queen of Hearts. Let's see who can draw it. Anybody not buy a ticket? Okay. Thank you. Chris going to draw a ticket.
978.
978. Who's got it? I mean, yeah, it's probably. I got it. All right.